Hi everyone, and welcome to Mind Power Monday. I hope you're having a fabulous day so far. You can see that I am down by the river, one of my favorite spots. I came down here with my dog this morning for a walk and just decided I needed to come down here to do this with all of you. And I'm perched on rocks in a very precarious way, so if you see me shifting around, that is why. Anyhow, I am Melanie Robinson. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Drew. I'm Melanie Robinson, and I'm a real estate investor just like the rest of you. I've invested in lots of different strategies over the years. Right now I'm focusing on joint venture partnerships for long-term buy and holds. So that is me as an investor. Good morning, Jasmine. Why am I as a real estate investor sharing Mind Power Mondays with you? Most of you have probably heard before, but my background is in training, coaching, and consulting. And I'm a master practitioner of NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. It's a study of the mind, and it's really incredible. It can be used in many different modalities. The passion that I have is in helping people achieve the level of success that they want to achieve, but to do it in a way where they're able to enjoy their life and feel great. So that's my background, is in training, coaching, and consulting. I am a real estate investor, and combining both of them is obviously, I don't know, for lack of a better word, magical. Anyhow, before I get started, I just really wanted to, oh, look at the hearts. You guys are awesome. I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of you so much. Oh, sorry, I'm just doing a Facebook Live, so just ignore me as I chit chat. I'm perched down on the river and everyone comes out here as a little lookout. But anyhow, I wanted to thank you all so much for all of your love and support this past week. I won't say too much about it because I don't want to sit here and become a sobbing mess with you all, but just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the love and support that you all gave me. Tiffany, I don't think you're watching right now, but your video last Monday, I just sat and watched it and cried. So yeah, it was really super touching. I'm really super grateful for all of your love and support. And I have to tell you, just from a personal perspective, you may or may not have heard this before, but I was thinking of getting out of real estate investing right before I met this amazing group. And the biggest reason for that is that I wanted to make a difference in the world. I wanted to be able to share myself beyond my small little family and to be able to make a difference in the world. And when I leave, have made an impact in some way. And so you guys, one of the huge gifts in this past week for me is to recognize that I'm actually having the opportunity to do that. You know, when I think of my dad and him reaching the end of his life, and he was somebody who I thought of often with regards to that and whether or not he would have regrets. And that's sort of been a motivating factor for me in the reverse to live my life in a way that I'm not going to have regrets when I get to the end of it all. And so really, you guys sharing the love with me and sharing the way that you know, my little Mind Power Mondays might impact your world in some positive way. You honestly couldn't have any idea what that means to me, the impact that it has, and you're actually helping me fulfill my purpose of being able to share and make a difference and help people live a happier, more successful life. So thank you. I'm not going to share too much today, just really wanted to hop on and chat with you. I mean, obviously this experience has me thinking about life and the stressful situations. I have to shift here, the rocks are digging into me. You know, life and the stressful situations that happen, and they can happen in all sorts of different forms, and obviously we're not given a heads up typically when they happen. So you know, maybe it's death and losing a loved one, maybe it's you know, the incredible hailstorm in Calgary and all of the investors who have properties there, you know, and the damage, or you live there. COVID is another example. I mean, all of these things that life throws us, those curveballs, those stressful situations, they happen. They're going to keep happening. That is a given. And so the question is how do we deal with it? Like, we can't control what's going on around us. And life throws us these things. And the question really does become, how do we handle it? So you know, as I was thinking about you all this morning, so grateful to be able to come on here and share a little bit of my heart with you all. I just wanted to make sure, like, this isn't about me and the death of my dad. What I hope this inspires in you is for you to take some time to really consider, how is it that you manage stressful situations? So a stressful situation happens, something happens in our life and we can't control that it happened, but here we are, we're in this situation. Do you just react and fly by the seat of your pants and treat anybody who comes in your path, in the way that you're actually feeling inside, and kind of spew onto people and react, whether that's a stressful situation with one of your properties, whether it's somebody in your family? Like I say, I mean, it could be a number of different things. So I want you to expand your brain to just think and really take a moment to think, how do I deal with stressful situations? Because in order for us to build success, and again, I think you all know me well enough to know I really do care about success, business success. I really, really do. And I really care about doing it in a way that has us feeling good and creating a successful life with our family, with our friends, so that at the end of the day, and ironically, here I sit having just lost my dad, but this is how I've always thought, is at the end of it all, am I going to look back and feel good about the choices that I made? Am I going to feel good about how I treated the people around me? Am I going to feel good about the difference that I made? Overall, am I going to feel good about the life that I lived? And that's what I'm always here. Oh, look at the heart showers, to share with you. I want you to create success, and I want you to do that in a way that is aligned and feels good to you. And we're all different, so I'm not saying everybody has to, have the goal of being a kind and loving person, but whatever that is for you, it's important that you're aware of it. This is an opportunity for us all to look at, the purpose behind how we behave. And, and again, this is an opportunity. So, with the passing of my dad, it obviously created, a lot of emotion and sadness. So I had two choices. I can either sort of spew that onto everybody around me because I was feeling so uneasy inside, or I can, stop and take a step back and figure out, what do I need to do in order to feel, and I'm going to say okay. I mean, your goal isn't always to feel amazing and to feel fantastic, because sometimes that isn't realistic, and that is okay. For me in this last week, it's been, what can I do to make it that I feel okay? I really still want to treat people lovingly. I still need to look after some of my work commitments. Some of them, became a non-priority, but others of them became a priority or stayed a priority, and I needed to deal with them. So if I want to be able to still deal with the people in my business community, all of you and anybody else from a kind and Melanie place, then I got to do what I got to do in order to feel as good as I can feel, period. That is my responsibility, regardless of what I've gone through in my life at that moment. I personally don't want to spew nasty, ugly, negative, angry, bitter energy towards other people, even if that's what I'm feeling inside. So for me, I pulled out my bike that I hadn't ridden in, 6 years, and I've gone on 3 20-kilometer bike rides this past week. Lots of walks with my dog, baths, meditation, whatever I needed to do. For me, I'm constantly questioning, what can I do in order to feel better right now if I'm not feeling great? And again, sometimes the goal isn't to feel amazing. Sometimes the goal is simply to feel okay. Sometimes the goal is simply to do what I need to do so that I don't spew on other people. But what I want you to really take this time to do is think about, what is your strategy in times of stress? Do you take that time? Do you step back and sort of let go of the things that aren't 100% necessary so that you can free up the space to, to take that time to be the best version of you that you can be in that moment? Do you take that time? Or do you, in times of stress, fly by the seat of your pants and sort of take out anybody and anything that's in your path on your way there? So it's not something obviously that you need to share with anybody, but it's, yeah, Donna, I just did happen. I'm terrible at reading comments, but I did notice, internalizing your stress, not the best thing for your health. Absolutely. And so that's another thing I don't really discuss on Mind Power Monday, but I believe in every cell of my body. When we don't look after ourselves, our emotional, all of our emotional, physical, all of it, if we don't look after that, it brews up inside of us, and it doesn't, without painting negative pictures. I certainly don't want to be someone who creates negative internal representations in all of you, but all I can say is that when our brain is releasing chemicals, that have us feeling good, then I believe that creates a healthy internal environment. And when we, hold on to the stress or whatever other emotion that stress creates, whether it's anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt, whatever it might be, when we hold on to that, it brews, I believe, inside of us and creates unhealth in our body. And so that's another motivation for doing what you need to do in order to feel good. When I'm going on my bike rides this week, I'm not doing it simply to, pretend that I'm not going through pain. I actually did it to connect with my dad. I did it to free my mind so that I could think thoughts. I could look for eagles. I could listen to the birds. I could feel the wind on my face. I could do those things to shift my neurology so that when I got back home, I could be the person I wanted to be with my kids, with Jason, with any work interactions that I needed to do, and for myself, for my own well-being. So I think it's an opportunity. I just wanted to hop on today, to really share for each and every one of you, take my sort of pain over the last week, and now my legs falling asleep, and really take a moment to think, how do you deal with stressful situations? I don't deal with them perfectly. I've been a mess this week. I'm not going to pretend that I've been some, saint, but that's okay. But I have treated everybody around me with love and kindness and respect. I've been able to hold my tongue, so to speak, and not, I went to send a message last night and erased it before I sent it in a little family chat that was happening because it was my own stuff and my own pain that was going on. I have that ability to be able to do that and not create, conflict and so on because I'm in pain. And I just wanted to ask you to look at that too, because it's in times when you're not in stress that you actually have the opportunity to figure out what are your strategies? What are the things that you do in times of stress? Because again, there are going to be work things, there are going to be real estate investing things, there's going to be family things, there's going to be stuff that you have to do, even if there's a hailstorm in Calgary, even if there's, COVID, even if you, I hope none of you do, but, lose a loved one or stress with your children or, a problem with a tenant or whatever it might be that you're going through. There's tons of different ways that stress shows up in our life. And I really encourage you to look at how do you deal with that? What are the strategies that you have? What are the things that you can do to shift your neurology, to shift your state so that you can, proactively, in your best way possible, deal with what needs to be dealt with? You don't want to be that person. I really don't believe, or I believe all of you care about who you are. You wouldn't be in this fearless community. And you don't want to be this person who uses the stress that's going on in your life to spew that out to other people, to ruin relationships, to ruin potential business relationships, joint venture partners, realtors. I've dealt in this past week with realtors, with my lawyer, with my accountant, with our joint venture partner. I've dealt with, all sorts of different people while going through this time. And so I need to do what I need to do in order to feel as good as I can feel for those relationships. But to be totally honest with you, for me, I'm going to sound super corny right now, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm not a person who talks like this. But wow, it came to my mind, so I'm going to say it. You matter. Feeling as good as you can feel matters. Not brushing your stress under the carpet matters. Donna, not internalizing your stress and finding a way to be able to get that out of your body in a healthy way so that you can, be healthy and thrive, that matters. And often we don't prioritize ourselves in that way. We don't prioritize what's going on in our brain in that way. We only care sort of what people can see. And I guess that's one of the reasons that I am here with all of you, is to really have you care about yourself enough to take the time you need to do with whatever my Mind Power Monday is, whatever it is that I'm sharing. Really take a moment to look within yourself, to look at, how is what I'm saying related or connected in your life? How can you make a change in an area that isn't working well? All of us do great when life is tickety-boo and just going on as planned. We all are pretty darn amazing. The question is, what happens when life isn't going that way? When something, hopefully I get you back good because I just got a phone call. We're having turf delivered today. After I get off with you, I'm installing 3,500 square feet of turf. So that's going to be another good therapy, just lugging the big things of grass. But anyhow, I think that's all I had to share with you all today. Biggest thing is to thank you all. I don't even have words, to thank you, first of all, for the love and support that you all sent my way, but also for helping me recognize that I am absolutely fulfilling my purpose, and that when it is my time to go, I will have made a difference in some small way in somebody's life, in one of your lives, hopefully. And hopefully my voice, can help you in some way at some time live a better, happier, more fulfilling, more at peace as you create your success life. So that's my hope. I wanted to thank you so much for letting me know over this past week that as I contemplate between my dad reaching the end of his life and how he may have been feeling with how I want to feel when I reach the end of my life, you all have been like, honestly, the biggest gift. It's crazy. I haven't met most of you, but the impact that you've had on my life is absolutely beyond words. So thank you. Thank you for letting me share what's important to me. Thank you for letting me be a part of your lives and your success. And over this next week, I really urge you to take a look at how you deal with stressful situations and what are some strategies that you can have in order to deal with those in a way that is healthy for you and that builds relationships in the way that you want in your life and in your business. So there you have it. Mind Power Monday. I'm back. It's going to be another tough week, but I know that I have lots of people to love and support me, and I have the tools that I need to do to get through it. Sometimes just okay, but I will. And anyhow, I don't even know how to thank you all, but I'm going to sign off now. Otherwise, I'll just keep babbling with thank yous. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you. And let's live our best lives together, shall we? Okay, bye.